Fiji and Samoa, folks. 33 points to 19. Fiji away from home with all these Fijian Drua boys. And boy, what a flying start that was. Flying just like my kids outside on their bikes. Probably faster. If you can hear shouting outside, that's my father playing with my kids. But yeah, over in Samoa, 33-19. It rained a wee bit in the second half, but hey, it was rugby on free-to-air TV here in New Zealand, which was amazing. Julian Xavier and Scotty Stevenson commentated. Goodness gracious me, what a way to spend an afternoon. Interestingly, Samoa had the first chance to get points on the board, like 3 minutes in. Liliafano, who couldn't miss anything last week, missed a pretty tricky shot at goal, which was kind of unfortunate. And then Fiji just did exactly what they did to Tonga last week with this kind of ferocious start. 8 minutes, bam, 14-17. It was just... I mean, they only scored 4 tries in the whole game, but they scored 3 of them within a few minutes of each other. So, looking at the World Cup, man, if you're in Fiji's pool, you're going to have to be on your game from the get-go, because if you slip up even or let off, or in Samoa's case, like take your eyes off them for even an instant, you're going to be in big trouble. I mean, Fiji on 6 minutes had some pretty nice free-flowing play, great hands, like stereotypical Fijian rugby. Robo Tamada down the right wing, like phenomenal to see. Viliami Mata goes pretty close to the line. Samoa can see the penalty on D. And then Fiji just take the quick tap. He kind of very, man. Good heads-up play when the Samoan guys are expecting the Fijians to take a shot at goal, maybe kick for touch. Not really paying enough attention, and bam, he's over. Missed conversion, but 5 points to 0. And then they don't let up, man. There's another one on 11 minutes. Semi Radradra with the pop pass to Masi is able to send them over. So yeah, it was just slick from the Fijian guys. It's 12 points to 0 after not many more minutes, and Samoa are starting to concede some penalties. You can hear the ref in the background saying, if you guys keep this up, somebody's going to go to the bin. And then, just like last week, man, the third try, this time it's from a maul. It's that man, Ikanavere, so he's the one able to finish it off. The forwards really fronted up from Fiji, which was quite pleasing to see, because when you looked at the names on paper, like the Samoans had brought in so many of these kind of senior but big name players, whereas the Fijians were the maybe kind of internationally less known but slightly younger and like cohesive guys from Super Rugby together, all these Fijian and Drua guys. It didn't look like that was maybe going to be an area that Fiji fronted up, but boy did they, man. So 17-0 after around about as many minutes. So it's a huge start from Fiji. Were they going to let the opposition back in similar to what happened last week? Kind of a little bit, because Samoa on 20 minutes get one through Liliafano. He's able to go over with their first kind of real chance. And Tuala with the kind of final pass to set that one up was pretty sweet. So it's 4 tries in 20 minutes. A few missed kicks though. Liliavano can't convert his own try, so it's 17-5. Fiji did get a chance for 3 points from the restart, and they opted for it, which I felt like is maybe a little bit of a settler compared to last week. Like they didn't want to let Samoa get that momentum back into the game. And again, going into a World Cup, you want to have a goal kicker who's been in kind of pressure situations before to take meaningful kicks, and this was one. So 20 points to 5. Bit of handbags on 27 minutes after there's a penalty conceded at the breakdown. One of the Fijian guys threw the ball into one of the Samoan guys' faces. So didn't appreciate that. And the penalty got reversed. They had a water break. And then I literally took my eyes off the screen because my dad came over. Just having a wee chat with him. Maybe 30 seconds. And I look up and the Fijian guys have gone over. Robert Tomata is the man who's able to finish it off. And, yeah, what can I say, man? It was just, I mean, Revolver, who's been in great form for Super Rugby as well, he gets the initial line break. I forget who he passes to, and then Robert Tomata in space. Goodness gracious me. So, 4 first half tries for the Fijians. None in the second half is maybe the one thing you look at as a little bit of a concern, but at 27-5, you are thinking nothing but great things about the Fijian rugby team. They are playing some sweet rugby. They can score them through the sweet hands, pop passes, bursting wingers through line breaks, maul time, quick tap and go, like it's a full package, and they're kicking penalties. So happy days from Fiji. Samoa, you feel like need to wrestle some momentum, like they had it in a small patch, but maybe not quite enough. And then Fiji's scrum's getting on top as well. Radra does knock it on kind of like right before half time. And I think they have one last shot at goal right before halftime, the Fijian guys. So it's 30 points to 5 at halftime. 30 points to 5. It's not a great scoreline for the Samoan guys at home. But look at the final score, man. Like, the Fijians are only going to get 3 more points in the entire game, whereas the Samoans are going to go from 5 to 19. So it's an improved second half. So kind of like Tonga last week, where there was like a bright side from a defeat. It's kind of a similar thing here with Samoa. I think second half, man, they started with a pretty nice try. That one was Tuala to Tamua Manu on the left wing. Didn't have as many opportunities this week, old Tamua Manu, but he was able to finish that one off pretty much unopposed to make it 30 points to 12. Fijians kicked another penalty after 3 minutes to at least keep the scoreboard ticking over. Then it started raining on the hour mark, which is maybe what takes a little bit of the threat out of the Fijian attack. But as I said, they did score like a pretty nice maul try, and you can certainly do that in the rain. But yeah, maybe it took a little bit of the momentum out. Samoan pressure was able to pay off when Fritz Lee was able to get one not long after that rain had started going down, and it's a close range try, like it's a proper rainy rugby try. So it's 19 points to 33. That is the final score. Samoa did have more momentum for the remaining kind of 20 odd minutes, but could they score? No. They had several opportunities. If they bank one, they get themselves into the 20s. You start giving the Fijian guys a little bit more to worry about. But while they're still on 19, Fiji's looking relatively comfortable, and the game kind of is just seen to kind of peter out. There is a dog on the field at like 75 minutes. Dog on the field. I think the referee said like there's a streaker, but it was just a dog. So that's a special moment in itself. Samoa knocked it on over the line on like 79 minutes. That opportunity kind of been set up by a Randradra late tackle, which gave the Samoan guys some field position. So if he's going to be captain, that's the one where you expect the captain to make smarter decisions than that. But the team, Vili Mata put a huge hit on, I think it was Lamasatele at the death. Like his team kind of got him out of it. But yeah, Fiji, man, what a first half. They will be disappointed with how they were kind of not able to continue that 2 weeks in a row now. But certainly, man, if you give these guys an inch, they are going to punish you, and they've proved that 2 weeks in a row. As I said, Samoa, they'll take some positives out of it. Remember, they had a bunch of guys come in, the likes of Avui and Aluatua and Lamasatele, like a bunch of guys who maybe don't quite have that cohesion level with the squad because they didn't play last week. They haven't been together as long. So this is all building up to the World Cup. In itself, it was a pretty good game, especially the first half, but dog on the field in the second, so I can't complain. But yeah, you guys let us know your thoughts on the game. How well do you think these two teams are setting up for the Rugby World Cup? We still have All Blacks against Australia later today, and the Japanese are playing the Tongans, and then South Africa's playing Argentina. There's loads of rugby on. Anyway, you guys take care, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.